Hello, I'm Kristen Lee. Today is September 1st, and I kind of wanted to do just a chat with me and a recap for my wrap up of the month that was. I wasn't a huge fan of August. August 23 can be in the rearview mirror. It was a rough month. I'm gonna start with like some of the negative things that happened and end on a positive note. So, I don't know. As you guys know, I went into the month traveling with my family. It was my time of the month, which I'm not always feeling the best. When I went to New York, I ended up getting COVID. And then I came back. Little bro started school. So that was like a positive and like a negative because he started school. I'm still breaking out. He started school the day after we came home. He has had to miss school a few days already, and it's only been 3 weeks of school. What did he have? He had like a cold one day, and then it progressed into a really bad ear infection, so he's been battling that. It was tough on my mental health because of just going to New York, not being able to do things, not be able to see family and friends that I had put off for the trip before because I knew I was coming back and not being able to see them. So that happened, and then this past week I also had my time in the month again, so I had it twice this month, and I think a cyst or a fibroid ruptured, and I'm going to put it in the top 5 of just I hated being a female this month. Yes, I don't need to talk about that, but it is a significant season of the month for me because my mood changes and I don't feel right. And if there are women that are going through similar things, you're not alone, and that's why I talk about it. It's not to be gross or anything like that. I'm trying to think, was there anything? Oh, we had a hurricane. Yeah, way to go, California, for coming up with a new weather term. It was supposed to be it was Hillary, right? Hurricane Hillary. She was supposed to be a category 4. She ended up being a category 1 when she finally hit. And we don't know how to handle rain or snow or any of that, so that was not fun. But like all Californians, we're all saying how much we need it. My neighbors were playing in the rain and everything. And then there was a 5.5 earthquake in Carson, I believe it was, which is a few hours away from me, but it rumbled. I felt it. My neighbors didn't feel it. My dad didn't feel it. My stepmom went into work because they were so low staffed in all the hospitals because of the weather. She felt it, so she sent pictures of her and her coworkers underneath the table. And I was asked by one of our little vloggerinos why do you go under the table? Why don't you go somewhere else? Well, it used to be you would stand underneath the door frame if there was an earthquake. But they found that as they've been building houses in California since then, they put them on these like, not stilts, but a certain kind of wood so that the house can go like this as it needs to, so that it doesn't mess with the foundation of the house. And the reason why we go under tables is because you can do more damage to yourself running in a panic and having things fall down, your pictures or knickknacks or whatever, and you can get clonked on the head, or if things break and there's glass on the floor, you can cut your foot, and you would have to go to the hospital because of that over just an earthquake, rocking your house. And then I explained that once you feel like the settle of the earthquake, they suggest that you get out of the house and, into the street or whatever. This way, if there's any more debris that's going to come down, you're not in the house when it happens. That's what I was told. I'm still learning what to do. Like, I'm still in snow and ice and power outages, and I'm slowly learning, what to do with fires and evacuation techniques and what we need to have in the house when these things happen. So I'm still learning. But yeah, we had a hurricane. Yep. So those were all the negatives. The positives were, I did get to go visit New York. I did get to have quality time with my family, well, my grandparents, even though I was sick, because my Nana was like, well, you guys have already been here and I feel better taking care of you. So that's what she did. She didn't end up getting it. Didn't end up getting it. So I got to do that, and I got quality time with her. I did get to go with some friends to do things, before I found out that I had COVID. My best friend came to the hotel the last day I was there because I was just so bummed. And she masked up and we just talked for I want to say about 2 hours outside. And then my other best friend, she got engaged the week after I came home from my last trip. And she had made these cute little will you be my maid of honor and bridesmaids little packages and stuff. So I got to see her the first couple days, and I'm going to be a bridesmaid, so I'm going to be working on my health for the next year and some change. I mean, I should be all the time, but I'm okay. You want to look good in the dress kind of thing. And I also want to be healthy for all of the traveling that I plan on doing, so that I can be there for her for whatever she needs, because she's always been there for me. So if there's a bridal something that I gotta go to, my ticket's booked and I'm going. So I have to make sure that my health is good so that I don't miss any of these special times for her. So there's that. Like I said, little bro did start school. He doesn't like school. He does not like the idea of leaving the house and going to school. He does like the teacher, and he likes his friends at school, and he likes to play and everything like that. But he'd rather be home doing his own thing. I noticed that when I did daycare, all my littles felt the same. They'd rather, if they had to go anywhere, they'd rather go to daycare or their grandparents' house than school. So it's typical what he's going through. I feel horrible that he's been sick as many times, but I know it's just gonna keep happening because we kind of have lived in our little bubble. And then, he's also a COVID baby where, they weren't exposed to all of the kid germs that the kids older than them did. So there was that. We went to Dinos Alive exhibit kind of thing. And it was in this really cool place that also had the Van Gogh experience and Bubble World, and I don't know if Barbie was in that one, but it was this, it's basically a living museum kind of thing, and each exhibit has its own art corridor kind of thing. it was super cool. I filmed for that. I found new coffee places. I found one in New York and here. I love the coffee kiosk. Like, I've been hunkering down because I've been waiting for the Labor Day sales, because I have a few kids that I want to buy their birthday presents, because we had one birthday the end of August, and then we have September 8th is a neighbor birthday party. Plus I have littles of my own that I have to send money and things like that to in New York. And then there's another one in September. I want to say September 14th. My stepmom's birthday is coming up. And then there's another neighborhood little that has an October birthday. Plus, I am helping my friend since 5th grade run a Halloween gift exchange. And I can't believe we're on our 6th year. Like, that is just wild to me. We, she came up with the idea. I think it was from a meme. It was one of those memes that are like, Christmas Secret Santa kind of thing, but make it Halloween. And she got a group together on Facebook, and it's been a lot of fun. So this year, and last year, I was able to help her admin the group because she wasn't feeling 100% last year. And then this year she was like, go for it. So I started off today, September 1st, with a scavenger hunt, and it's going to run from the 1st through the 13th, and everybody in the group can play even if they're not gifting, and they're going to find 31 items, however they want to take pictures of them and post them, and for every person that's able to finish, the scavenger hunt, they're going to be put on the wheel of death, and I'm going to pick 3 winners. So I've been shopping for, little gifts for games and stuff, and also, little things for whoever my secret spooky sibling is going to be, so that I have stuff for their gift. What else? Oh, the readathon. I kind of got into a reading slump when I was sick. And then I got through it. I want to say 8 books this last week. There were 2 that were just thick, but they were some of my favorites. Like The Unhoneymooners was fantastic. Runaway Groomsmen was hilarious. I so wish there was a town named Canoodle, California, because it sounds adorable. I want to go. And then there were other ones, but I'm gonna talk about my books and stuff when the results come out for the readathon, like what team won, the story that our character ended up with. I kind of want to get a tiara for that video, but I don't know, because we've been on the bottom of this whole competition. We were like 3rd place for maybe a week, and then we got booted. So I'm curious what everybody's gonna log, because there were a lot of people that had read, but they hadn't logged all their books yet for their team. And I love the reading sprints, and I'll get into it more with that video, but it was a good time, and I met a lot of awesome YouTubers and just got to love their personality and their vibe, and yeah, they were awesome. What else? I started making flashcards for studying, because remember I said this month I was going to study and get ready for my test. Well, I did not have the oomph that I previous me had. So I got through chapter 1 and half of chapter 2. And then my brain was like, I just don't want to. So I really have to push myself this month and try and set up my test for October. But just going through chapter 1, like I knew certain things, but if I'm not using it, I've lost it. And then with COVID and the brain fog, I'm just like, I feel so much more ditzier than I ever did. Yeah, I think that's everything this month. I did start fall baking, even though it was 100 and something degrees this last week, just because I wanted the house to smell like fall. So my dad made his first apple pie of the season because apples don't grow in California. And if they do, like, it's little tiny orchards, and they're super expensive. And I spent $45 on apples. I'm not proud. But it was for an activity that little bro didn't even get to do. But the letter of the week was letter A, and they were going to do an apple tasting, and the teacher had asked for 2 of 4 different types of apples. So I got them, and I was like, well, now we have all these flippin' apples, you know. So I asked my dad, I said, if I peel and chop, will you bake it? Because my pies, it's the one thing, that and like beef, I fail at it. I don't know what it is. I've tried. I rip the pie crust, and then I mush the pie crust, and then sometimes there's holes in it, sometimes it's doughy. Or I burn it. That's another thing. So I kind of gave up on trying to figure out pies. I can make other things. And I also made pumpkin bread. House smelled amazing that day. So, I know it's not officially fall, but happy fall. Happy, into the burr months, as Deb C says. And yeah, I hope if you had a crappy August that you can put it in the rear view, and if you had a good August or good things that went on, if you want to put it in the comments section. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye.